Hey, Ledger, how you doing?
Anger is not the way of the gesture.
The fuck's a condom?
So Bowser, here we are at Bowser. We got that flame on. When you're an American space-time wizard.
Why don't you stick your dick in me? Make me feel important!
Rest in peace, bitch.
Hey guys, what's going on? This is Eric Barber here, and welcome to the third and final part of my Full Force spin-off series. You know, in episode 1, we got Mike to come on, rap, have some fun with us. Episode 2, we got Robert to come on for an interview and lightsaber duel. And now in episode 3, we got AirsoftFatty himself. This is something we've been working on for quite a while now, so I'm really excited to bring this content to you guys. For those of you guys who don't know, AirsoftFatty is a rapper, a lightsaber duelist, airsoft gun pro, and a chef. So, you know, I'm really excited about all of that. And on top of that, we even got the first ever exclusive interview with his manager, Josh. So, you know, I'm really excited for everything that we got going on here. And check out our lightsaber video coming right now. Filming was pretty much divided into 2 different weekends. The first weekend was just for us and AirsoftFatty to hang out, get to know each other, rap, and duel. And the second weekend would be for interviewing the crew. So the duel you're about to see was actually directed by AirsoftFatty himself. Bye-bye!
Ready to take this on?
I don't know. All I know is I killed your disciple, Darth Keo, and I'm about to kill you.
You feeling froggy?
Fresh, bitch.
It's the time! You'll have to take the rest. Yeah, that's the whole trick. It's taking the effort.
It'll be too easy. Getting tired, Robert? Not bad, Bubba. Oh no! Die like Neo before you! You will be taken out of your misery, fool! And here lies the last member of the Battle Creek Jedi Knights Council. Alright, after that tense duel, you know, I thought it'd be fun to freestyle with him given his freestyling record on his Twitch. So, you know, I'm not really a rapper or anything, but, you know, considering I'm there with Fatty, I'm not going to pass up on the opportunity to freestyle with a god. Come on. Eric and Chris, baby. Let's get it. Okay. It's coming, it's coming. I always gotta wait for it to drop.
Can't be nervous.
Okay, yep. This is Big Barb, and you know we spit hard. Everybody knows that we will go far. It's Eric and Chris, the one guy Eminem won't diss. Yeah, that's right. It's me and the boys, and we not some toys. Yeah, it's me and AirsoftFatty. He's getting gains, he is a natty. He's getting real swole, he's looking like a bull. He is a man that straight from Japan. Now, I'ma pass the mic to you. You will be the guy. Screw him like King Boo.
Hear it up like my name is King Boo. I'm gonna take it like I'm sneaking up and going fucking boo. Got you scaring and shaking and weeping, going and creeping while I'm sitting there walking up to your fucking kitchen as I'm making myself a steak. And your girl comes down, and you know she come down, she going to pound town. So don't be trying to talk no shit, cause I got my piece with this. Got it, load up the barrel, and it's pointing at you and your dick, and you're gonna lose it real quick if you gonna sit there and try to talk shit. So I'm gonna sit here like this, puff up on another fucking spliff. And if another person tries to come up, I take them out like this. Bang, bang, here we go again, reload, click, clack, bang, bang, again. Take the double barrel out, chunk, 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 thump, thump, chunk, chunk, chunk. Don't be taking me on like a little cowboy. I'ma take you down quick like a cowman should. And if you try to take another shot at me, fuck that big Iron Man, hand my 44 to me. Take that Desert Eagle out and make it shout. Make it like Assassin's Creed going, ah, now. Don't be trying to take on that stupid crap, cause I'ma take and make sure that you come in there last. So don't be trying to laugh and take it on like it's a joke, cause I'ma take and make sure that you end up choked from your throat and hang you from a tree or from my fucking knees. Doesn't matter, cause I'm so big that you hang from my knees. Like my nuts, I don't give a fuck. So quit trying to act like some dumbass butt up. But I'ma take it up and right, nut the fuck up. Load the 44 up and say, hey, what's up? That's the truth. And if you try to take me on, you'll catch this 44 too. So just try to hear my words, try to hear them well, and try to listen more, cause I'ma tell you this real well. Really simple, don't try to fuck with me or my blood. I'ma take you real quick and leave you on the ground with no blood while you're sitting there 6 feet deep while I'm sitting here smoking weed. Don't be trying to talk your shit on me.
Nice, nice. Good work, man. The next weekend, we went to pick up Fatty at his apartment to go over and film at Robert's place for an interview and a knighting ceremony. Arriving at Robert's place, you know, we wanted to wait for Josh to come before we did the interview. So pretty much we were just hanging out with Robert for about a full hour where, you know, we did some hanging out. Robert threw out some threats.
Do you really want to die that badly?
Alluded to his killings.
And he actually kneeled in front of me and said, well, just get it over with. And I was like, man, I thought you put up a fight. Throw this and just beheaded his ass. And then I'd have to dig another hole in the mass grave.
Another hole in the mass? Where's the grave?
If I tell you, I'd have to kill you.
How many people are buried there?
No comment. This sword, at this point, literally has control over life, death, and nature.
And more.
And a lot more, yeah.
So for the interview portion of the video, we actually broke it up a little bit. So Fatty and Robert would be interviewed together and Josh would be interviewed separately. I'm just going to add a disclaimer to the Fatty and Robert interview. You know, that's just sort of what everyone was sort of vibing with at the time. And I really did not speak up because I thought it was going to be kind of a bad idea. And in my opinion, you know, you guys can all judge it for yourself. I feel like Robert made a lot of off-the-cuff remarks and kind of rude remarks. And myself as a moderator, I didn't really step in as much for that because I wasn't expecting it at all. So that's just a disclaimer for what you're about to see with the Fatty and Robert interview. So, regardless, I think there's still some good content there. Also, if it looks like anyone's crying, definitely no one's not. No one's feelings like it seemed like actually got hurt. Fatty actually did seem to have a pretty good awareness. That's just how Robert talks a lot of the time. And if it looks like people are crying, it's because like smoke was blowing into our eyes quite a bit. Because Robert had the idea to do a fireside chat, which actually I was kind of on board with. Sounded pretty fun. Alrighty, guys, what's going on? We got a little fireside chat going on here with AirsoftFatty himself.
Hey, how's it going?
And Full Force Robert.
You feeling lucky?
No,
seriously, are you?
I'm overall feeling quite lucky, thank you.
How? You don't got a sword on you. I do.
And, we're doing this interview segment with, two guys reunited.
I give it about a month and a half before it pisses me off to the point where I want to use this sword.
Okay.
I'll give it about a month and a half.
Dang. So, Fatty, how did you and Robert end up, becoming on better terms and stuff again?
We just started talking again, and it just felt right. Seemed like he was opening up about things and being honest.
Okay.
I still can't believe you called me a liar in one of his videos about my great grandma dying.
Dang. Well, we can all put it in the past.
I found the obituary. I actually showed it to him. Just as proof.
Sure.
Followed by the words, call me a liar again.
Dang. That's
if looks could kill, he'd have dropped dead right then and there. I was pissed off.
Wow, that's pretty intense for sure. So
I don't like being called a liar. It pisses me the fuck off.
Sure.
Makes me want to murder somebody.
Right.
Speaking of which, let's get down to business. Chris, time for you to die.
All right, we're in the interview segment of things right now.
Please, Josh. Robert, just do it.
Call me Josh again, motherfucker.
Just do it, dude. Shit.
All right. Well, next question here. Robert, you're back active in YouTube again, dude. That's really awesome. What's it like getting to work with Josh?
Interesting. I enjoyed terrifying him.
Okay.
His reactions are funny as hell.
Okay. That's a fair answer.
The look on his face when I casually drew my Bowie knife in that one Instagram video was priceless.
You enjoy seeing him scared, terrified?
Really? Yeah, truly I do. He pisses me. Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
Okay, that's I'm glad you're having fun, and
I'd rather
Josh
be feared than liked if I'm being honest.
Sure.
Because if someone fears you, they're less likely to stab you in the back.
That's quite the point. So, Fatty, I actually never got to speak to you about how Full Force has impacted you. How has that like changed your life? Because it's definitely changed quite a bit from what I've seen.
So to begin with, you got a lot of the basics that come with it. The huge jump in subs, just because of the fact, someone with damn near almost 8 million subs throwing you out there, that's kind of expected.
I still don't like the way he portrayed me, though. I should have shanked him.
He says that a lot. For the video itself, it's more so I feel like real good to be able to look back, have some of the mistakes I had.
Chance, I swear.
Go back, kind of remind myself of mistakes I made and try to keep from making those.
And there are a lot of mistakes.
Sure.
A lot of mistakes.
In regards to mistakes that you'd like to, rectify or avoid making in the future, what exactly comes to mind there?
Oh, I've made stupid decisions, especially when I was younger. I used to hang out with a lot of rough people that used to hang around with like meth, heroin, stuff like that. When I was younger, I used to hang with people who were prostitutes. Like I fucked around in town life. I grew up in the downtown area, about 8, 9 years old. We ended up getting a house out in the suburbs, and now I'm living in an apartment.
Sure. I'm glad, you're able to at least sustain yourself and, bounce back with the apartment. I mean, that's not something everyone can do given, a lot of people's situations. So that's major props I give to you, truly.
I mean, there's still always some downsides. You always end up having problems, and up falling to old habits, but you end up having a good support team behind you that keeps you on track.
Sure.
Yeah.
So Robert, this is actually something that I heard in your Discord. You stated that you, for one, let's try and unpack this. So you slayed everyone in heaven and then hell, and now you run
hell. I took over hell first.
My apologies.
Satan was the first victim with this sword.
The first victim.
Yeah. And then I was in hell for 2 years in that realm's time. When in reality, in this realm's time, it was more like 2 hours.
Okay.
The first year I took over hell, proceeded to get the legions of hell ready to invade heaven, proceeded to take over heaven, and about 2 months into the second year, the rest of the gods from the other religions decided it would be a good idea to gang up on me and try to take me out.
How'd that go?
This sword got fed pretty quickly.
So when you say fed, could you describe the sword's properties and what you mean by fed?
This sword thirsts for blood, and with this sword, it only takes a scratch from the blade for it to absorb your soul and gain your powers or whatever abilities you had.
Wow. Could you brandish it for the camera real quick? Just hold it up real quick.
Why is my brand this the Grand Canyon formed? I don't think that's a good idea.
I understand. My mistake. Apologies. Thank you for the showcase, and I do understand that it is made out of what you describe as demon metal.
Demon steel.
Demon
it's a
steel.
lot stronger than any steel on this plane of existence. A lot stronger.
How did you see yourself ending up in hell?
Ooh, that's kind of a short story. I died in Arizona, and when I started walking up the staircase to heaven, I had this sword in my hand, and the instant my one foot stepped on the staircase, it burst into flames. And that got God's attention. So that by the time I got to the top of the stairs, God was at the front gates of heaven and said, "No, you ain't gonna be my problem," and sent me downstairs, where I then proceeded to use this sword to kill Satan.
Okay. And so just to reiterate, you are the master of both dimensions, the heaven.
I am the master of all afterlife. Doesn't matter where you go, you're gonna end up meeting me anyway, because I've killed every other god.
Okay, quite impressive.
God, minor deity, demigod. Yeah, I've killed them all.
That's impressive. And what do you classify yourself? Deity or something beyond?
That's a tough one. Yeesh. I'd say I just call myself the god of all creation, basically, I guess.
Quite a noble title. Quite.
Considering I was able to kill God without even batting an eye and with very minimal effort.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure. So we're going to toss it back.
He didn't put up much of a fight. Or at least not anything I consider a fight.
Wow.
Fuck up, bitch. Nobody asked you.
All right, bless you, Chris.
You wanna go, boy?
All right.
You want to go, boy?
We could relax on the sword.
This sword's already hungry again. You want to go?
We can relax on the sword. So going back to
I will feed this sword right now, boy. Don't tempt me.
Going back to Chris, how did the transition to influencer happen for you? Because I noticed you're more active on Twitch,
simple.
Instagram, Cameo, etc.
Yeah. It just felt kind of natural. You kind of have to adapt to different sites, like rules and things like that. Where I could go shirtless in a YouTube video every so often. You can't go shirtless unless you're swimming for Twitch.
I miss that.
I do too, but, with everyone who's controlling the YouTube platform right now, it's making it hard for people to do anything on there without any risk of either DACA taking into effect, just with Wazao herself being a very picky person of who she likes to enforce the rules on and things like that. It can be scary.
Sure.
And they just recently had someone in the past few weeks that uploaded a list of trigger words. If you say a single of those words, it automatically flags you. And apparently simple words like you and just basic words like that are on that list.
Wow, that is quite alarming. So I could understand your desire to transition there.
Man,
Oh, yeah.
that makes me so fucking tempted to say F you.
Well, I mean, the worst part is like, dude, on Twitch, you're allowed
Twitch?
to smoke weed. You're allowed to smoke weed in a legal state, but you can't get so stoned that you black out.
Sure.
Which he's done on multiple
Sure.
occasions.
Actually, not.
Don't
so
deny it, Chris. I've seen you black out because of weed. Don't even bother denying it,
talking
because I
about
know that's bullshit.
I'm talking about my live. Well, live.
Sure.
You've done that when you were alive before too. I remember.
Once, and I got banned for 7
I
days.
remember because your ass got banned on Twitch because of it.
Once for
So
7
don't bullshit me. I know you blacked out on stream.
Once for 7 days. I had just gotten off of a several days straight, like, recordings, like, homeless on the street, like, and then smoking just as much weed to relax. Just it's naturally gonna happen. But they did. Like, I just fell asleep for a few seconds.
That
back
people
up
say weed
and
ain't addicting.
boom.
I say bullshit.
Sure. So you mentioned, your homelessness, and I feel like that's not something that a lot of people even knew about or really like grasped fully. What exactly happened in that period of your life, if you don't mind sharing?
Funnily enough, it's coming up on the year anniversary of that. It's just recently with my mother passing. So when she ended up passing, it was for about 2 to 3 weeks. I was still at my old house. And I had to move. I had to get rid of my dog and all my animals. Only thing I have left from that old house is my dad's ring, 2 of his old pocket watches, and their wedding pictures. Nothing else.
Wow.
Yeah. And I really wasn't allowed to bring anything else. The person I had to stay with was just like, you're not keeping much from that place. You get the photos, that's really it. And so now it's just like, okay, well, I better kind of restart life. Spent time in the
Eventually,
van.
we got to get another Sith robe and Jedi robe for the Future Forces videos eventually.
All I know is
We got to replace those that shit. And I actually found a couple Sith and Jedi robes on Amazon. I'll send you the link to them once we're done here.
All right. But that van, busted out window. One of the doors was taped on. I stayed in that for the better part of the coldest part of winter. I spent Christmas in that van. Pretty sure Thanksgiving as well. But I had 2 friends. I don't talk to one of them much anymore. Haven't spoken to her in a while. And then I had my friend Chris who let me stay over at his place for a bit. And every so often I'd have to stay in the van. Because either he'd be having his girl over, and it's like a 1-bedroom apartment, I'm sleeping on the couch. Or I'd have to stay in town because I had something I had to do the next day.
Sure.
So there's a lot of, couch hopping between 2 people and sleeping in a van with no window, no door.
First, my condolences to you about everything. And second, dude, I'm really amazed at your ability to bounce back after a great amount of hardship. So that's...
It never truly felt like I was homeless, to be honest. I've said this a bunch on stream, but it's true. Like, I had a fan base where if at any point I felt like I was homeless, turned it on, I wasn't homeless. I was in the vehicle with my family.
That's very nice.
And that's a feeling that I kind of need to hold on to.
And then your fans will call bullshit. And then more than half your fan base will call bullshit on that crap.
What you mean?
Most of your fan base is convinced that you were never homeless. Have you not read your comments on those videos? Have you not read the comments? Because I have. They've called bullshit on that shit so many times.
Oh my god. Well, let me leave it like this. I had 2 specific parking spots I'd go to. One in the Meyer parking lot and one in a parking lot by Moonrakers. It's a carpool lane. I'd always stick to the back end where I'd be hid.
Wow.
Yeah.
Were you ever tempted to break into Myers and just steal some food while you're at it?
No, because I always had about 10 to 20 inside the bank account at any time. I always made sure I had some cash to get food and stuff, but no, I wouldn't need to fucking steal shit. I had two nice little blankets and I had a pillow.
Foodery.
Wow.
Well, I survived off canned food, Robert. I survived off like SpaghettiOs, tomato soup without any editing to it. Just canned stuff like corn, things like that.
Corn's delicious.
Sure.
Seasoned with salt, pepper, and a little bit of sugar. Oh my god.
Sugar?
Yeah, that's one of the things that my great grandma would add to the corn on occasion.
You don't need to add sugar to it.
It actually tastes pretty good.
That's why you get golden sweet corn.
Well, yeah, we do it with sweet corn too. It tastes fine.
So, Fatty, you know, I still see you rapping on stream and stuff. How's your rap career?
He's a good rapper.
How's your rap career been going overall?
I'm thinking it might be stagnating a bit. You know, everyone I know seems to not. Everyone around me kind of say it's not good, that I shouldn't do it. So
Dang.
I've kind of considered stopping at this point.
You ain't Tupac, motherfucker.
You know, personally, I'm a fan of the raps.
Much
you
as
know,
you wanna be, you ain't Tupac.
You know, I like the Windy City rap that you did in Chicago and stuff, and you know, maybe we'll get some bars going later today or something. That'd be fun. You know,
Yeah,
even
possibly.
sure.
Just seems like a lot of the people I hang with, they're always like, it's not good, don't do it. So I've been kind of slowing it down lately.
If you believe in it, man, pursue it. You know.
I try to.
Rap music.
Robert, how have the ladies been in your life lately?
No comment. Just no comment.
Sure.
That is my personal life. I don't want to talk about it on video.
Okay. I just see it on Discord sometimes, but if you want to keep it off video, that's totally all right.
Womanizer, oh, you're a womanizer, baby. You are womanizer, 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 womanizer.
All right. This is a seated interview, Robert. All right.
Let's go.
Yeah. Cool. Nice. How about you, Fatty? I mean, have any ladies been striking you up in life?
Nah,
Not
I'm honestly okay with it.
sure. Just focusing on the career.
What female doesn't have standards? Really?
Hey, I mean,
even he can't deny it. Cause he knows I'm right.
Fatty's dope. So I mean, nah, Fatty's a genuine guy. Don't There's no need to be patronizing or anything.
I'm an asshole. Get used to it.
Okay. So Robert, do you have any like plans in terms of streaming and upcoming videos?
I might tell the entire story of Arizona and me dying on a stream here shortly, but I haven't really decided yet.
Okay.
Because I know that's a story that a lot of my fan base has been asking for. I haven't really decided when I'm gonna tell it, but I'll tell it eventually. I also know that a lot of my fan base have asked me to do a sword fighting tutorial, and I actually had Josh agree to do it with real swords. So, yeah.
That'd be cool. So
If I end up killing Josh, I'm not responsible.
do you practice dueling right now?
On occasion I do. It's not that often.
Sure. It can be hard to find a partner
It's kind of
sometimes.
hard to find a partner who's dumb enough to face me when I have this sword on me.
I agree.
Who's dumb enough to risk the Rona?
That's true. It is pretty lethal in a lot of aspects.
You're literally the only person who's been dumb enough to let me knight him with this particular sword and let this sword's blade get that close to the neck.
I'm exciting for the knighting process. Don't get me mistaken or nothing.
You're still stupid to let me get that. This sword get that close to your neck when it's thirsty. It's not wise.
Sure. Fatty, are you still into like your old hobbies such as airsoft and Star Wars as much as you were in the past?
The Star Wars still is bringing just kind of downhill. Still enjoy lightsabers and things like that, but now
Thanks
it's
a
moved.
lot, Disney. F you.
But now it's more so just, combat in general, doing like fight scenes and like shootout
When I
scenes.
find me in the world, you're the first to go, bitch.
Kind of like I'd like to do is start doing some like horror films and things like that.
That'd be
You're
really
Johnny.
cool. I think people would really like to see some horror stuff come out, especially Halloween's coming up, so
Yeah.
that'd be fun.
I've had a scene
Halloween
that
is
I'm
my
writing.
demon's favorite time of the year. Favorite day of the year, literally.
So
Literally, every Halloween since I died, he'd open a few gates to hell in random spots and just let his demons out to party.
Wow, that is quite intense. But I do know demons like to party, as you've said
Oh, we really
before.
do.
Quite nice, quite nice. So Chris, you know, one thing that fans are pretty attached to is your weight loss journey, and you know the
What
accomplishments
weight
that
loss
you've
journey?
been making in that goal. You know, how's that been going for
Weight
you?
loss journey.
It has been the easiest. I started going back up for a while. I think now I'm back to stagnating. Still trying to lose it. We just got done. Well, just before interview, like we just got done with a nice little walk stream. So I'm trying to get myself, you know, back on that kind of grind. You know, it's you fall out of it when Rona first hit, and everything was super
I can
like.
fix your weight problem.
Sure. Hopefully, you know, you keep
I
walking,
can
you
fix your
keep,
weight problem
you know,
pretty
diet.
easily. Just let me know you're fat with this sword. I'll remove it.
It doesn't need to be anything like super drastic, you know, just take it easy and then, you know, keep improving. Just exercise and diet and improving daily.
Yeah, I've gone against it definitely a couple times with you know, with not being able to get to the store all the time with no vehicle and having to always order shipped. You know, shipped's like.
Yeah, his fridge is mostly empty.
Sure, I understand that some challenges can arise.
Compared to the fridge at his old house, his current fridge is really empty.
Wow.
Which honestly, in my opinion, is a good thing. His fridge at his old house was a mess. Literally, it looked like a hurricane went through it.
Wow. So
And not a fun hurricane. No.
So for both of you guys, what was the favorite video you guys have worked on? Anyone can go first.
Why don't you go first, Robert?
When lightsaber dueling goes horribly wrong, watch till end. I really enjoyed knocking FF on his ass.
Wow.
I probably enjoyed it a little bit more than I should.
There really hasn't like been a singular video that I consider my favorite to film. I guess more so just the genre I love filming the most, probably like the airsoft gameplay, things like that.
Sure, you are an OG airsofter, so there's no surprise there. How about you in particular, Fetty? I mean, what do you like to do in your free time?
These days, it's just kind of listening to music and chilling back, coming up with ideas and taking them down. But I really don't do too much. You know, you don't always have enough cash to really go do something. You know, like I'd love to get a mini bike that I could take out to this one bike path and just rip through. But like,
That'd be fun.
oh yeah, but I don't have the space, don't have the money, and well, don't have the knowledge to invest in it right now.
Wow. Okay. Do you guys have any plans to do videos together anytime soon?
We got a Future Forces conclusion planned, but we got
Classic.
a lot of work to do left on the script and shit and everything. So I'm honestly not sure when that's gonna get filmed. So
Gotcha. Do you see Robert? Do you see yourself as like a longtime team member of the AirsoftFatty crew now?
I'm one of the original members.
I know, but you're recently like back in. So like, do you see yourself sticking around for a long time?
I give it about a month and a half before it pisses me off to where I'm tempted to use this.
All right. Well,
Give it about a
hopefully,
month and a half.
hopefully
month
everyone's
and a half.
safe in that encounter. So Fetty, on your Instagram, you know, you're more of a weed influencer now, and you know that's different from what we've seen on
I would
YouTube.
tend to classify that as a good thing, Eric.
Well, I mean, it definitely pays some bills, right? I mean,
Yeah.
so like, how did that sort of start for you?
Well, I mean, I'd always done cannabis almost my whole life. At 11 years old, you know, well, technically about a day or two before my 11th birthday, and I smoked my first time, and it's been a part of my life this whole time.
You shouldn't admit to that. It was illegal back then.
Well, you've
Do you want to
admitted,
get arrested, boy?
Robert, you've admitted to killing several people, so
Fair enough.
I'm pretty sure that outweighs a couple of joints.
You know, fair enough.
Okay.
I'm gonna leave that be.
Okay, you can keep going, Fetty.
Oh yeah, but I started doing. I originally had a You Start a 420 channel on YouTube. That's where it first started.
And YouTube didn't like it.
No. So I had a bunch of people that were on the Discord that set it up so where they false flagged every video, because it was all for like entertainment purpose. It was me mostly smoking the bud and giving a review on it, being transparent.
Sure.
And then I'd have the occasional stream where I'd sit there smoking, maybe I'd review it live and just talk. I And then surprisingly, before my main channel hit 1,000 subs, that channel hit about 8,000.
Wow.
It ends up getting deleted. I move it to WeedTube, and then I move on to Instagram as well. Instagram's been doing really nicely. I think that's where a good chunk of like the photos, like quick hits of like just videos for a quick hit is always nice. We do have the YouTube channel. We do have the YouTube channel recreated now for the Youth Turtle 420.
Right, I saw that.
But it's definitely not taken off like it used to, where it would be, you know, at that 8,000 sub marker in only about 2 months.
Okay, nice.
Oh, yeah.
Do you have any plans to move out of Battle Creek? This can be for either of you too.
Yes. Yes, 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 yes. I'm gonna be honest. I want to move towards like Bay City area just because, like, I don't know, a little bit more to do. Somewhere at that halfway marker would be nice.
Sure, and for viewers' context, that is south of Battle Creek, like 45 minutes south. I'm not the most knowledgeable.
It's actually north. It's
North?
about like
Okay.
2.5 hours.
Sure, I'm not the most knowledgeable on
it's
Michigan geography.
Yeah, it's about up north, about 2-ish hours.
Okay, yeah, that'd be nice. Robert, yourself?
Not in the near future, no. My family's here. I might not ever leave because this is where I was raised. This is what I know. My family's here. Why would I leave that?
Exactly. You know, there is a
Chris
saying.
may not have family here anymore, but I still do.
I ain't got no blood family, period, now. My
Well,
family's
technically
over
Matt
on my
counts, dude.
sites.
Technically, Matt counts, dude. He's still your blood.
Nah, I don't consider him blood. After the way it was with him, nah, I don't consider it blood.
Well, Fatty,
It doesn't matter if you consider him blood or not. He's still your blood family. It doesn't matter whether you consider him blood or not. The fact that you don't consider him blood doesn't change the fact that he is.
I mean, Fatty, wherever you go, dude, I'm sure your fans will follow. So
Heck,
that's what
matters to me. Is just, you know.
How his fan base are haters? What are you talking about? How my fan base hate me? Not that I give a fuck, but hey, haters are gonna hate.
Damn.
I'm not here
Okay.
to be white.
Right.
I'm only here because I enjoy making YouTube videos.
Sure.
I don't give a fuck that I'm famous.
So, guys, we're getting close to concluding the interview. Do you have any like final notes that you'd like to share with people, Chris?
If you're gonna mess something up, you better do it right and do it big.
And you better do it with style.
Ooh, tons of style. We're talking walking away from an explosion, not even looking.
Meaning, if I kill you, I'm gonna do it with style.
All right.
Yeah.
Robert, you got any final messages?
Yeah, Chris, when do you want me to kill you?
Tonight, preferably in my sleep.
Damn it, I'm gonna have to
Well,
ask my brother if he can drive me over there then.
Great interview. Fatty and
I'll
Robert.
consider it.
Thanks a lot for doing this with me, Fatty, and Robert. You too, dude. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks a lot. Yeah, we got an interview with Josh coming up next, the manager of a lot of AirsoftFatty content. So before we got to interview Josh, we just did a little bit more hanging out, and we actually got to see the behind the scenes of how an AirsoftFatty Instagram story is shot. So that was pretty cool. You know, a few people might be upset at the inclusion of Josh for this sort of video, and to that I completely understand. My reasoning for including him in here was due to the fact that we've never really gotten to hear Josh's side of the story in any sort of online documented video sort of way. You'll hear that this is his first time appearing in an online interview. So he is a big player in the AirsoftFatty community, no one can deny that. And he's been an active presence for the last year, so I thought it'd be really important to capture him with this video. I'm joined with Josh, the legendary, fabled, manager or social media consultant for AirsoftFatty's account. And I believe this is his first official interview, so
Yeah, I'm
definitely really pleased to have you on, dude. Welcome.
What's up?
What's up, man? So, let's just start right away. How did you end up meeting AirsoftFatty, and how did that lead to like a business relationship with you two?
I met Chris probably like 2 or 3 years ago at a car meet. We did some videos, and then like we stopped talking for a little while, started working together again. Chris came into like a dispensary that I worked at, and he just wasn't in the best shape and stuff. Like I was like, I gotta help you, dude. Like you shouldn't be in this position, like given the tools that you have. So we just use those tools to get him out of that.
Okay, great. And how do you describe like your business relationship with Fatty now? Like, what's that like?
I mean, honestly, it's a pretty rocky road every once in a while. Like we'll argue, we don't agree on everything, but at the end of the day, our goal is to make content and make sure that Chris has an income and is able to collaborate with businesses and other influencers and stuff like that. So.
Sure, sure. And I know you're largely responsible for a lot of the growth in his influencer world. What's that been like, and like, how did you sort of get the intuition to make lots of these decisions?
Well, I mean, I just started helping with Chris. We started doing a couple videos, and then I like looked at his social media platforms and saw like Twitch should be monetized and all like just different areas. Like you should have a store, Twitch, Cameo. I mean, TikTok's not like a stream of revenue for him, but just literally just posting on everything. Like one of the first collaborations that Chris had was actually, it came before like I actually got involved fully, because like I said, I worked with him 2 years ago, and I was like, you got to work with Gucci Berry. Like I know Gucci Berry's like, people are like, oh, Gucci Berry, but the dude's like seriously one of the nicest people I've ever met in my entire life. He's so genuine. He just because he has the face tattoos and just because he does what he does doesn't mean he's a bad influence. He looks out for Chris. He's like, if Chris is, he always asks like, is this something you want to do? Are you sure? And I messaged Gucci like a long time ago, spammed him, honestly. I was like, yo, you got to work with this kid. He finally got a hold of me. And then, like, at this time, I wasn't really working with Chris anymore. And then one day on Cinco de Mayo, Chris shot him in the nuts with the airsoft gun. And I don't know, it just made me happy at first to see that happen. Because, like, I know I didn't, like, directly, like, because obviously Chris drove there and did it all himself. But I feel like I kind of helped put that idea, like, into fruition or.
Sure, sure. So part of it is like you're trying to establish like greater collaboration for Chris as well, outside of like what he used to do before.
My goal is just to help him grow in any way that we can. I just want, like, my goal when I first started working with Chris was like, I was like, we're hitting 250 on Instagram and we're hitting 500 on YouTube this year. That was the goal.
Wow. And the goal seems to be going along. I mean, what is that, like 433,000 subscribers on YouTube, and I'm not sure on his Instagram it's like 170,000. I'm not
Yeah,
sure.
I think we're roughly 60,000 away on YouTube, and then on Instagram, we're a little bit further away because obviously 250,000 is a little ways away from 170.
Sure. Do you think you'll hit them this year?
YouTube, I think for sure, but Instagram, we're gonna have to do some work. Definitely do some collaborations and stuff like that.
Definitely, definitely. I mean, that's key to growth. Do you have like a time frame for like how long you plan on working with Chris?
I mean, I would hope that me and Chris can work together for the long term. Every once in a while, we don't agree, and honestly, that puts like some stress on both me and him. So in the end, our mental health is probably like the most important thing. So if whatever happens, my goal is just to help him grow. And if I'm not working with him, I want to give him the tools to be able to do it on his own. Because my biggest worry with Chris, honestly, if I'm not helping him, someone needs to, because I just don't know that he's going to be able to stay consistent and build all these streams of revenue. Because, like, I don't know if you know this, but, like, if you're on SSI or whatever, you can make X amount of money per month, right?
Sure.
And then if you're making more than that, you have to get off of SSI. But, like, as soon as you give away that fixed income, then you really have to step it up. And, Chris wants to have a house and all these things like ATVs and all kinds of stuff to have fun, and you got to work really hard to get that stuff. That stuff doesn't just get handed to you.
Absolutely. It is definitely a grind. So beyond working with AirsoftFatty, do you like manage other people, or do you have other appearances in media?
Myself, I have a weed channel and a photography channel. I got Graftflix and Grassflix, but other than that, I work with Gucci Berry right now. I'm doing his YouTube videos and trying to help him do Twitch, because the thing with Gucci is they're really blessed in the sense that he lives in a really nice house and stuff like that. But my goal is to help him get that income on his own, Twitch and YouTube.
Sure, sure. That's definitely very noble for sure to spread your knowledge and stuff with YouTube, because he's not on YouTube right now at all right now.
Well, he is. He's got Booty Hole Troll, the rap video, and he's got I don't know, I forget what the other one is, like Bounce or something like that. But like the thing is like Damn Longneck and him are like very similar creators, and Damn Longneck gets really good views on YouTube. He just doesn't post enough. And
Right. So to you, what's the most fun like video that you've made with AirsoftFatty?
well, right now I'm working on one, and it's a best of AirsoftFatty, and that one's kind of fun to just watch. But the funnest videos that we've made is like the shotgun karaoke, which that one sucks because it got demonetized because of guns. Other ones that are fun are just airsoft videos, because like I usually get to play too, and that's pretty fun. And then my all-time favorite, and it did really well, is the ball pit video. I know Chris didn't really like that one very much because he was stuck in a ball pit for like an hour.
Sure.
But hopefully we'll be able to revisit that when he gets in a little better shape and get out of the ball pit.
Right. So yeah, that actually would be a nice, like 2-year throwback if he's capable in the ball pit, whereas 2 years ago he wasn't. That'd be a cool video. In terms of people not being fans of some like the newer content, like some people kind of miss when Fatty would upload a video and nothing would be spelled right, or people sort of miss how there'd be no editing. It'd just be like, he'd even say in his videos that I'm about to edit this out, but it never would. And some people like kind of like that about him. Granted, that was in the 2017 2018 days, even before iDubbbz really came into the picture. How do you feel about like some people saying that they wish it was just like the classic Fatty content?
Well, I mean, I agree. I do too. I miss that, but at the same time, you gotta improve and make changes in order to be able to collaborate with certain companies and stuff. Some companies might not like the unprofessionalism. Chris has his own way of doing things regardless, so he's still himself. Just the difference is he's able to do other things. Like when I'm at home editing, he can go Twitch stream, or he can keep his apartment cleaner or whatever. So like, yeah, it just helps him out a lot, just having the extra free time to be able to do what he needs to do,
Sure, definitely. What has been your I feel like I know your favorite collaboration. I feel like it'd be Gucci Berry, but aside from that, including like Barstool Sports or a guy like Zach Ass, what's been your favorite collaboration?
There honestly hasn't really been a collaboration that we've done that I haven't just like had a great time. Like Barstool was awesome, going to New York, seeing Chris get to stay in that nice hotel and stuff. Was definitely like just Chris coming out of homelessness to be able to go stay in a hotel like that was like,
that's a come up. That's a come up
for
for
real.
real. Yeah.
And then just Zach Ass is awesome. All these people are just so genuine. It's kind of hard to, I feel like, grow on the internet and have a big following if you're not genuine, because like there's cancel culture. So like, yeah, just if you're not real, you're gonna get canceled.
Sure, absolutely. And on the AirsoftFatty Reddit page, we've seen a lot of people be sort of accusing you of mistreating Chris in the past.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have any response to these sorts of statements about you?
I mean, me and Chris argue for sure, and it was a huge mistake at that one time to make any kind of video on Twitch when we were having like an intervention. That was like a horrible idea. But in the end, like Chris has always had his, disagreements with his friends in the past. There's been fallouts and things like that. So friends fight, in the end, our goal is to make content and make sure that Chris has an income. And sometimes Chris and I don't agree on everything, but at the end of the day, our goal is to make sure that his bills are paid. That might not be always his top priority, but when you're running a business, that's kind of the way that it should be.
Sure. Do you think the working relationship between you and Chris has been improving?
It honestly is a roller coaster. Like, I have my problems. I'm working on. Sometimes I can be a little angry, but at the same time, Chris has bipolar, so it's like these two things don't always go together. So like sometimes it's best like we argue, whatever, split up, and then come back together and get what we need done.
Right. I'm still seeing you guys upload videos, which is something, like that's it's definitely like at least a working relationship right now. He's uploading stuff and Instagram, Twitch, etc. So there's definitely still content being made.
Yeah, it's hard to stay consistent, and Chris has never had a situation in his life where he's got to like Twitch. Like we literally we're like 7 days a week on Instagram, 2 days a week on YouTube. Then we got the other YouTube, so we got 2 days a week on that. If we can stay consistent on that, we got Twitch, we got TikToks, we got cameos. It's hard to stay consistent, and like sometimes Chris just wants to do his own thing and just chill and not have to do anything, and you can't do that always.
Right. I do understand. I mean, as someone who does YouTube, I know consistency is just part of the grind. Even if you miss a week or two, it can be quite detrimental to any platform you're on, really.
We'll lose $20 a day if we don't post. If we miss one day post, we'll lose $20-$30 a day. Yeah.
Wow, that's intense. So, I've noticed that you're helping Robert get back on track with his uploading on like YouTube and Instagram. What's that process been like for you? And how's the working relationship with you and Robert?
Robert is the most interesting person that I've ever met in my entire life. I've never I don't think Robert would ever hurt anybody. He always says he wants to kill Chris or he wants to this or that, but I literally just think that Robert is a genuinely nice guy. I don't really know what to say. I mean, what do you say about a guy who's just, like pointing a crossbow at your foot?
That did happen today.
He's Robert, that's for sure.
Right.
So,
do you also envision a long-term work collaboration with Robert in the same way as Chris?
Yeah, and honestly, this whole thing that we've got going on, it makes no sense because we got Aaron, we got Chris, we got Mike, we got Robert, and then there's a bunch of behind the scene characters. And in all reality, Fatty Family, we got everything. These people should all been able to just work together and have this community of growth, and everyone could have benefited off of it. And I feel this hate where Mike's screw you guys, and Fatty Family's it's just weird. Everybody should just be able to get along, and there shouldn't be stress. And I think that's where a lot of my stress comes from, because it's a lot. Chris always says it's not about the Jake Paul drama, and I don't think he intentionally does it, but there is a whole lot of drama around everything that goes on. Whether or not that's a good thing or a bad thing, I don't know.
Right. I've definitely seen the fair share of drama, and I think everyone truly would benefit if there was not everyone has to be freaking kumbaya singing and everything, but there's just no bad blood or no wars on AirsoftFatty, which I feel like I've seen 2 this year, to be honest. So I can definitely understand that sentiment of just focusing on the grind, as opposed to the drama.
Yeah, I mean, this is in the end. It used to be a hobby for Chris, but once. When you get to a certain level, it's a business at that point, and you got to treat it as that. And all these other guys could be on that same level. Robert, we did a couple videos the other day, and he's already at 5,000 on Instagram, and he was at 300 the other week. That's incredible growth in a month. 5K is pretty good.
Exactly. I mean, they could all be, using their platforms to sort of support each other. I mean, you brought up Jake Paul. Jake Paul and his brother got something pretty special going on where they just elevate each other's content. That could be Robert and Fatty, in the near future, where they just bounce off each other and just get incredible growth.
Yeah, I hope that they both. I want to see big things from Robert, because I know Robert is in a situation with his home. I want him to get out of that. I want him to be able to have his own house. I want Chris to be able to have his own house. I want Aaron to have his own house. My biggest worry with everyone is just I don't want to see these guys end up stuck in a home or this or that. I want them to be able to have their freedom, and Fatty to have his ATVs, and like I said, he wants a dirt bike track and stuff. He deserves to be able to have all that. He just got to work to get there.
Absolutely. So, Josh, we're about wrapping up the interview now. Do you have any final messages that you wanted to say?
I mean, I just want everybody to stay positive and stuff. We've gotten a lot of hate in the past, and I just want everything to be kosher with everybody, That's really all I got to say. I want everything to be smooth. I want his community to understand that my goal with Chris is not to hurt him or hurt his anything. I just want him to be able to grow, and I just want to help him and see growth with Chris.
Right, of course. I'm sure that's what we all want from Chris. He's definitely a talented and eccentric guy. So, Josh, thanks a lot for this interview. It's been a blast. I appreciate the exclusive.
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah, dude. Thank you. Before we left, we had to get possibly the most important thing out of the way. And that was getting knighted into the Demon Army. I was going to be the first man inducted into the Demon Army. All right.
Do you swear to defend your woman with your life if you have to?
I do.
Yeah, that's basically it. That's really the only requirement I have for my knights. Is that they lay down their life for those that are left. That's pretty much it. over his head. United, receive your sword.
From Fatty himself, I'm a member of the Demon Army.
Fair warning, I need to put a new edge on that sword.
What may surprise some of you about the last clip is that Robert actually gave me the sword that I received as the knighting ceremony. He just gifted it to me, which was super nice of him. So thank you, Robert, for the sword. I definitely do appreciate it. And from there, we just drove AirsoftFatty back to his apartment. All right, so, we were just at AirsoftFatty's apartment, and, we bumped into, again, Lord Aaron 69, absolute AirsoftFatty legend. He's the roommate of AirsoftFatty #1, and he's appeared in many videos. He had a starting role in the Barstool Sports AirsoftFatty video, and he also made a minor role in Full Force. So, quick question, Aaron, how did you meet AirsoftFatty?
Well, 2 years ago, I had a friend who told me about him. He was on Tosh.0, and I can hear Chris coughing in the background.
He's smoking, but he's not sick.
Yeah, that's Chris. But anyway, speaking of smoking, cannabis, we officially met up when I heard about him I messaged him a lot on Messenger during the summer of 2008. Then once we smoked like sometime during the fall for the first time and met each other, and we just smoked, and then we smoked again after that when cannabis became recreational and illegal, and then we've just been friends ever since.
Wow, yeah, sounds like quite a long friendship for sure.
Mm-hmm.
So you have your own social media as well,
yeah.
And your own YouTube and stuff. What are your goals? Do you have any goals to like grow as like an influencer?
I try, I honestly do, but it's just it's hard for me, at least, because I feel like I know contented sometimes, but then I feel like I got an idea, and then that idea is lost and forever. But I try sometimes, but it's just hard to think of ideas,
Sure. Do you sort of look to like AirsoftFatty as inspiration or as a collaborator?
I like the stuffness of AirsoftFatty. It really inspires me to just do whatever I want to do and try to get something out of it, following out of it.
Okay.
It reminds me of home videos.
Awesome. Do you have any future plans or anything like that?
Yeah, I'm trying to. Once this whole thing's over, I have a bunch of plans I want to do. Like what I really want to do is just go to a random Walmart, dress up as a Kyle, and just be totally obnoxious and drink Monster and just yell at everybody's faces.
That sounds like fun. I don't know if I do it myself, but
I don't know. Not exactly yelling at people's faces, but just be obnoxious and just like get some. Yeah.
Sure.
Just try to be some situational stuff for the people out there. I would obviously make sure that nobody's hurt except myself, where I try to crush a monster can on my face.
Yeah. You got any messages or inspiring words as a final message?
Life is hard. Titties are soft.
All right. Well, Aaron, thanks a lot, man. I appreciate it a lot. Thank you.
No problem.
Hey. Well, guys, that concludes my Full Force spin-off series. I just want to give a special thanks to Robert, AirsoftFatty Chris, Josh, and Aaron for all lending their support for this video. I mean, if you guys weren't there, there'd be no video. So I definitely really appreciate you guys being there. It was a ton of fun. This is probably the most fun I've had in creating a video, and especially Chris for lending 2 weekends to record with us. That was definitely really great. So for more content, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. We got a lot of big stuff coming your way, guys. So I'll see you guys later. Peace.